Okay, everyone, I'm waiting for people to come in. And this won't be all of the conversation, but whether someone's in my chat right now or not, I know that many of you will replay uh, this chat. And I appreciate that, you guys. I appreciate that after my live is over. I know a lot of you are busy. You've got outside jobs, you've got inside jobs, but you're still busy, probably busier than than ever because of the pandemic. However, you take the time to listen to me. And I just wanted to remind people that it's been 5 months since Breonna Taylor was murdered. And please don't forget her. Don't forget her name. Say her name out loud. Breonna Taylor. She was important. She didn't deserve what she got. She deserved to live her life to the fullest, get married, have children, and things that we've experienced, and then beyond that, what she would have been or could have been or strive to be. Who knows? Now, because I have been involved in certain things and I have, signed petitions, I have done things to in certain organizations, and because of that, sometimes I get emails, and I did get an email regarding Breonna Taylor, and the email was just talking about her being EMT, and her being a model citizen, and that she loved her family and her community, and that nothing is being done. Nothing is being done for her murder. Um, we want charges to be filed immediately to the officers involved. That's John Mattingly, Brett Hankerson, and Miles Cosgrove, Joshua James, and other law enforcement involved in her death. There's been no charges. Their pensions must be revoked, and that her family be paid for damages in a wrongful death suit and negligence of the PD. And we're asking that, I'm asking that I'm going to leave a link in the description area of this live. Please join the petition, read it over. Um, the bottom line is she's dead, and the perpetrators are free and face no charges as of right now. I personally want to see justice served for Brianna. And like I said, don't forget her name. Don't forget her. That's what some people want. They want you to forget this incident. Let's sweep it under the carpet. Let's sweep it under the rug. And then go on business as usual. That has happened, and it's happening too many times. So that's why I will have the petition in my description area. Go on that, put your name on that. I think the last count was over 10 million signatures, and they want, the people who initiated this petition would like over 12 million. And I see it being. So let's get the word out to sign the petition. You can copy the link and share it out. It would be appreciated if you did that. I know that in an article from change.org, they did have where uh, you could call in. Oh gosh, okay. Let me just read this really quick. It's 10,673 supporters have signed the petition, and it's so many comments. I mean, I could not even imagine reading the comments to you. There's so many comments because people are saying, like, enough is enough. She deserves justice, period. People are sick and tired of things like this happening, where they're openly harming people and killing people and not facing any charges. And that is criminal what is going on. And that no one is above the law. Key word supposed to be law enforcement and breaking the law. She was an innocent life, an innocent person resting in her bed. And I forget how many shots they say entered that house. I think they said 20. I may be wrong on that. Don't quote me. But 8 hit her. Breonna Taylor. Excuse me, guys. Nothing but a telemarketer. I hung up. So, guys, if you have some spare time, take a few moments, guys, and join the petition to bring justice. And you know what? A lot of people, may include myself, uh, we're not a fan of Oprah. And ever since she started that magazine, her face been on the cover. This is love, and I'm almost positive it is the first time. Period. It's the first time that I know of that she put someone else on the cover of her old magazine, and she put Breonna Taylor. Now, many of you may say, well, big deal, so what? No, it is. It is. We know the things that Oprah, people accuse her of, but let's just take it this time to just see that we need to hear Breonna Taylor's name, and we need to see her face, and putting her face on the cover of a magazine just keeps her in mind. It makes us not forget. This is the injustice of it all. There is no reason, justification, excuse that they can come up with that justifies why she's not here, why Breonna Taylor is not here. It makes no sense. It makes no sense why she's not here. Her apartment, whether you want it or not, her apartment was broken into because you can't get your information straight. Because you like to bumbling, like you're bumbling imbecile that can't verify information. Oh, guys, I think we had a wrong apartment. Yeah, I'll make sure. When the live is over, I'll make sure I put the link to the petition. Something's got to be done. Many people have cried out against what happened to Breonna Taylor. And yes, I'm going to keep saying her name out loud. She is not a statistic. She was a real person with goals and aspirations, hopes and dreams. Probably wanted to be a mother someday, a wife. I just, it's senseless. It's not too much more I can say. It's just, I want to make sure that everyone remembers Breonna Taylor. I want to make sure that, and others have done that. People have been arrested for their, for demonstrating peacefully. Uh, they went to the, was it the Attorney General's house? And yeah, yeah, it's unlawful to go on someone's property and sit there, and they could say that it was trespassing, but isn't murder against the law as well? Huh. Last I checked, it was. And the guys, you could dress any way you want to. It was murder. You can dress it up any way you want, but it boils down to she was murdered. So we basically have to, we want to make sure this does not happen to anyone again. That people can feel safe again in their own homes, in their bed, woken up out of their sleep, and then through no fault of their own was riddled with bullets. I know that's graphic, but you just have to picture it. You just have to close your eyes and picture what happened. What if that was you? I try to put myself into that scenario, and it's almost unbearable for me to think I'm laying in my bed, my doors, someone's entered, forcibly entered my residence. I'm still half asleep, and before I know it, I'm getting shot to death. It's like I want to, Let me just stop that train of thought. I can't see, but she's gone now. She's gone now. So that ended up happening, and there's nothing she could do about it. She didn't cause it. There's nothing she could do about it. She did nothing wrong. She didn't make one mistake. It is not, there is nothing that they can come up to say that she caused it or had even a part in it. See, my dog is growling. He mad. But she had no part in it. She cannot be blamed. So I'm gonna, this may not be the subject when, a little bit later in this live. I just wanted to not have a lot of empty silence. I wanted to kind of say what I wanted to say about this without responding to a comment. And then maybe, that would have sparked more conversation. But I just wanted to make sure my thoughts were heard. So you may see some silence for right now, and then, kind of fast forward just to see if there's more conversation. But I'm glad whoever is listening to this, whether it be now or the replay, they've gotten some things off of my chest of what I felt about Breonna Taylor being murdered in cold blood. Huh. 5 months, guys. It's been 5 months. So stay with me, guys. Be patient, and like I said, just fast forward or just the silence and go on with your homework or what you're doing, and let the live run. And I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Hey, wild boy. I just had it on mute. I didn't see you. Just, just going through an article, um, and I was just kind of talking to the people who were out in the bushes and people who was going to do the replay about Breonna Taylor. Thank you so much for coming in. How are you? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're staying safe. Shh, shh. Okay, good. How I'm good. I'm great. Just forgive my background noises. They got dogs all around here, and including my little fur babies here. But I'm doing good. Just for the last 4 to 5 days, for the next 4 to 5 days, it's going to be in the hundreds. So I'm trying to prepare myself so I can. See, that's so stupid. It's enough that the dogs are barking. Hold on just a second. I do too, Wild Boy. It's such a slap in the face to the family, and money won't replace her. However, uh, her family needs to be. Uh, they need to sue. Her family needs to sue, in my opinion. But first of all, certain arrest needs to be made. You know, and now people are getting away with this kind of thing. And when you don't do anything about it, you sending that message that, oh, it's all right. And then people are so adamant about Black Lives Matter. I'm not talking about no movement, just the fact that Black Lives Matter. I don't need a movement to tell me that. I didn't need a movement back in the day that told me I am somebody. But it doesn't hurt, if people want to pursue a movement, why you got to fight against it matter? Are you so obsessed? Are people so obsessed with it not mattering that they hate to hear people say that Black Lives Matter? Does it get you all butt hurt that bad? Because you got it in your mind that they were nothing when you came over here. You wasn't nothing but a piece of property. The cattle had more freedoms than the slaves did. Why people getting so butthurt about people saying Black Lives Matter? Because they do. And it's not saying your life don't matter. Let's get it straight. Yeah, they should pay, Wild Boy. They should pay for what's being done. No, I won't bring them back, but nothing will bring Breonna Taylor back. Nothing will. And nothing we can do. But talking about pain and suffering, and people are getting million for that and no one lost their life. I mean, her boyfriend, her mom, any parent, I don't know, mom and her siblings or her friend, that's pain and suffering that will never go away completely. Hey, Holy One, thank you. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you so much. So I was just talking and about, I had an email because of some things I was involved with, and then I get emails and that reminded me that it was 5 months and nothing has been done. And people have tried to do things. They've tried to, they protested and they were the one arrested. Ain't that nothing? The people that was saying, we don't like this. Enough is enough. Charges need to be filed against the murderers, and yet they were arrested. So I mentioned that there's a petition and it's over 10,800,000 something. The goal is, and I really believe the goal is going to be met. The goal is to reach the 12 million and beyond, I would say. And I'll have the link to the petition in the description area after the live. So I got the email on it, and as far as I'm concerned, people are working hard at making progress. The protesters and the people who originate, and you know what, all ethnicities are signing this. And I would just ask that everybody sign the petition that these so-called officers are charged, parents are compensated, and that these officers' pensions are revoked. How dare they get a pension? How dare they? I see her family over at the courthouse every day when I'm headed home. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Uh, I got saw something that people, a telephone number, or I got to go back into the email that I got, that people could call over to the attorney general and just state the fact that they are appalled at this injustice, and like I said, and also the petition. So I'll see exactly. Wow, boy, exactly. So I'll try to have that in the description area. Uh, Give me a little bit of time after the live is over, because I just, time kind of got away from me, and I was getting some information because I wasn't sure whether I was going to do or whether I was going to do a live. So I did share a lot of information at the beginning of this live. So if you guys want to, see you hear what was going on as far as the information I received, then you can do the replay, or I'm just thinking about doing the podcast anyway for those who um, miss my live or the replay. Yeah, happy Friday to all of you guys. Um, I know some people are still out there working to and from work. A few people are working at home. So it's like, I appreciate that people, when they're working on the way from work or to work on their breaks, they're tuning in to my lives and podcasts and videos. So I appreciate that. Holy One, can you say you see him every day when you headed home? And I had said earlier in this live, we know it's a great injustice and we feel it, but imagine how the family and friends, how they feeling, how the boyfriend is feeling, the pain and suffering that they're going through. And then I was saying, imagine you, and all you hear is a loud noise because somebody busting in your house, and you hear bullets, and then you're being hit, and nothing you did justifies what happened to you. And just, it is, like I was saying earlier, it is hard for me to imagine where I am right now. Somebody busting in because some idiots couldn't get information right. And I don't even know, uh, the information is they were looking for somebody. They get, it, it, it wasn't even the right address. And that all could be very well true. But see, sometimes I'll be overthinking things. Maybe I'm overthinking, maybe not. Could it be more? Could they just have used that as an excuse to do what they did? Just asking. Could they have encountered them before, either the boyfriend or Breonna Taylor? You know how arrogant some people can be when they're in law enforcement. Just speculating. And I probably shouldn't do that, but wouldn't you just like to hear the whole truth? And just maybe we not getting the whole truth. That's why when I have a problem, I'm not calling the police. They turn you into suspects. Tell me about it. Yes, host, they still out there grieving every day with a big picture of her up. Yeah, they still grieving because it's so senseless. Then it make it hurt more if I can even try to imagine how they feel, but it will make it hurt more if nothing. I mean, how can you hurt more? But it's like putting salt in a wound if when the person or persons that did it are walking around free, and people who are trying to help by protesting, trying to use, you know, their right to protest are being arrested, but the perpetrators are walking around. And yes, the some of the protesters that was in the yard, and I repeated it, and I said this earlier in this live. Um, they were on his property, and so they said, well, it's against the law because they were trespassing, but isn't murder against the law also? because if things had been done right, then there would have been no reason for anybody to be on the lawn of the attorney general. I think that was the attorney general. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I got so much, you know, I'm doing this, but I'm trying to recall something. I'm thinking about other things, so I could have the wrong, but I thought it was the attorney general's lawn where the protesters were arrested, and that included Portia Williams. Remember that? And Yandy, remember that? I think we need to invest in steel doors and screens because they love to come in your home and disrespect black women. Um, I got a good one. I think it's steel. I got a good one, and I had it before. I had it before this because I wanted to be able to have a good sturdy screen door. It would do some. You have to have some really good stuff to get into my screen door, and I have cameras, and I have where anybody break in, alarm goes to the security company, and then being strapped. Ain't no harm in that either. Even when you, okay, okay. It started with a huge crowd of people out there. Now it's down to her family still being out there every day. Yeah, I'm glad they not gone. Don't let it go. That's why when it said yes, this is 5 months since this happening. I got to do something. I got to do something. Just every day, every day. Not only Breonna Taylor, but the other people that was was murdered. I'm not gonna say passed away. But I think that's why the email was sent to me, and probably thousands of other people sent to them. It's like, okay, don't forget her. Don't forget Brianna. Don't forget her. Okay, it's been 5 months. Nothing's been done. Don't forget her. Because that's what people want you to do, certain people. They want you to forget her. God ain't gonna do nothing. We can do this, that, and the other. It'll be an uproar at first, and then it'll dwindle down. So just they ain't gonna do nothing. So, like I said, I'm asking that everybody that comes in, and the petition that's going to be in my description area, if people could share that, and make sure that we don't do what a lot of people want us to do, is forget about Breonna Taylor. Let me look over the email and see if there's other information. On email, it just reminds us of the time that has elapsed and nothing was done, and that the Louisville Police Department performed an illegal unannounced drug raid on her home. They rammed down her door. They fired 22 shots, and 8 hit Brianna. I think we kind of knew that, but no harm in repeating it. No harm. And in the email, in the petition, It just reminds everyone that charges has not been filed. It names all the officers. It says that the family should be paid damages for wrongful death and negligence of the police department, and that the no knock policy warrant, the no knock warrant that the police had used in Breonna's murder, that it violates the constitutional right to reasonable search and seizure. And there's so many comments because along with signing the petition, you can put in a comment. So all I'm asking is everybody that comes in to check my description area, and if they could sign that petition. Like I say, they want us to forget. They want us to forget. So I'm asking everyone at least once today after this live to say Breonna Taylor, say her name. Nobody's going to hear. Nobody's going to know whether we did it or not, but you'll know. And if everybody do that, if all those people, Holy One, the crowd that was with the family, and now was kind of drenched. A lot of people can't travel to, you know, Kentucky. Was that Kentucky? Yeah. A lot of people can't travel. But the ones who could, that was standing up there, I wish they would just say it out loud. And I bet you the ones, that, had things, oh, I got to do this. So, before you know it, nobody's out there with them. Just if they were okay, I would imagine they would say, okay, tomorrow, not tomorrow because it's Friday right now, but, the next business day. Oh, I'm going to, whenever they go, I'm going to go up there again with them to show my support. Because when I got that email that said it was 5 months, it just hit me like a ton of bricks, like, wow, and still no justice, still no arrest. And it's like the powers that be, the people that can make decisions in that state and do what they're supposed to do. It's like they saying, the hell with y'all, the hell with her. We made a mistake. So what? Get over it. Get over it. murder was done. People, this lady lost her life, and people actions, and the people that could do something about it, by them not doing anything about it, is basically telling, everybody, get over it. Hey, General, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. What you been up to? How are you, and what have you been up to? And I hope the UK is not as hot as it is here, because we got. I did the 5 day forecast of what the weather was gonna be like where I am on the West Coast. Okay, so I'm going to I had it on mute by accidentally, guys. I was just talking up a storm. But what I was saying is, I am going to, in this live, I wanted to just try to keep it to an hour, hour and a half at the most. Sometimes I think, if I feel that I can take a break from my mini project, I'll come on 8:30, 9:30, even 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I can do it that way. But I kind of want that when people come to my live, they don't feel like they're going to be on my live for 2 hours, and that unless we're in a deep conversation where it's flowing back and forth and not just me talking, it all the way through, then I'm going to keep it at about 1 hour. So I'm gonna, for those who may not hear me or you coming back, I want you to see the comment that I'm going to end this live, that I may come back later. Thank you for joining me, everyone. I appreciate you coming in, and I will be back tomorrow, Saturday, with another live at 4. So thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for coming and spending a few moments with me. Have a good evening.